Can you hear me? Beth? Beth! Can you hear me?
Bad dream again, Yuji?
Yes, my apologies, sir. I was just remembering Beth.
Ah, but you must take your mind off of it. We have important business to do.
Oh my god, I forgot! We're testing a machine today, aren't we?
Correct. After 7 years of production with crude materials, we finally ended it all off with what we needed to use.
When shall we test it?
Soon, Yuji. Soon.
Well, James, I heard you weren't feeling well, and you needed to come to me. It seems to be the trouble.
Well, General, I don't mean to be nervous or anything, but for the last 3 nights in a row, I've had visions.
Of what? Of who?
Krolan.
What? What kind of visions are of these Krolan?
Do you recall the time I told you about how I saw him at the wreckage of his former ship?
Yes, of course, but James, that was 7 years ago. You're having thoughts about this only now?
Well, yes, but that's because I never said this openly towards you, but I think when I ran from the crash site after spotting Krolan, he must have zapped me with some sort of power that I must have not realized until now.
Alright, James. We will take you to the lab downstairs. We'll call up Ronny and Rick and to come.
Well, Yuji, I must congratulate you. After 7 years of hard work and construction, you've managed to build a machine that sweeps the tides of history.
Thank you, sir. But ever since you gave me the option to serve it with you back on Planet X, I never understood what you wanted to do with this.
It's simple, Yuji. I can't tell you why I'm doing this. The reason as to why I've gone as far as to kill Godzilla, send spies to Earth, start my missions on Planet X, and so forth, are too secretive to tell anyone. Even you.
Then at least tell me what you want me to do with this.
I set in coordinates for you to arrive in the year June 19th, 1965.
Why that year?
Well, Yuji, your mission is to meet Dr. Hiroto Sorozawa at his home once you arrive in that year.
Isn't that the son of Dr. Zarazawa? The man who built the oxygen destroyer?
Affirmative. I've looked at his record, and as it turns out, before his death in 1982, he himself followed his father's footsteps in building another oxygen destroyer, but not like the one his father built.
What kind of weapon are we talking about here? The machine his father built had the ability to kill Godzilla. How could this be any different?
Because this one has the capacity to kill any living life form on a massive scale. Maybe even the entire planet.
What do you want me to do with this thing?
Well, records also show he gave up on the project 3 years later for not having enough materials. But if you could give him what he needs, you could change the past and bring this weapon back to me.
What will you do with it, Krolan?
That too is confidential. All you must do is convince him you're here to help him with the project. We need this weapon, Yuji. More than anything.
Understood.
Good to see you, James. Me and Rick came over right away after we heard about your issue.
Thank you both. I assume you heard what this issue about me was, however.
Well, I can see you're all cooped up in here and kinda worried. What's wrong?
Well, you all remember back in 1998 while you guys were finding the Mothra egg that General Flanagan ordered me to find the wreckage of Krolan's ship, right?
Of course, that mission was so intense.
Well, you see, ever since 3 days ago, I've been having dreams and visions every night of seeing Krolan in a way that I can't explain.
This sounds important. At least try to remember.
Well, now that I think about it, I do actually have one possible explanation for this, however.
Well, Spit it out.
Look, despite the fact that mission was 7 years ago, it was the 7-year anniversary when I started having these visions.
And how do you remember this?
Well, after I came back to Monarch headquarters, the data log may state that I only claimed I saw Krolan and Rand, but that isn't the entire truth.
Are you saying you lied to Monarch officials?
I'm saying there was an extra encounter with Krolan on top of the one we all know that I didn't tell anyone about.
And what is this extra encounter?
Well, after I ran from Krolan, when General Flanagan told me to retreat back to headquarters, I could have sworn he hit me with some red-colored beam. I'm starting to now think a part of that laser blast gave me such a shocking feeling across my body, it gave me the option to see what was going through his mind.
Hold up, are you telling me you can read his thoughts?
Oh my god, no wonder I've been having these episodes. These visions aren't even visions. They're moments of silence where I could think what he's thinking, where I could see what he's seeing, what I could hear what he's hearing.
What have these visions told you so far?
That he's planning something evil.
Like what?
He's planning to change history.
Well, Yuji, TW-01 should be all set and ready to operate.
Thank you, Krolan. I promise you, I will find this weapon.
Good luck, Yuji.
Hello?
Yes, hello? Dr. Sarazawa, I believe?
Yes, that is me. And you are?
I am here on behalf of the Japanese Science Committee. I've heard you're working on something similar to your father's creation. The oxygen destroyer?
Yes, that's true, but that project was confidential until now. How the hell did you figure it out?
The Science Committee and I have our ways. I was just wondering if you needed help. Let's not forget, I've come to help you with the right tools for you to succeed in this project.
Well, I suppose help from a stranger is better than no help at all. Come in.
Thank you.
I still haven't gotten your name.
I am from the Science Committee, and more specifically, a professor. But you can call me Yuji.
Well, nice to meet you, Yuji.
Nice to meet you all! Tell me, why are you following your father's footsteps in creating this invention?
Well, as you may know, my father died trying to use the oxygen destroyer to kill Godzilla back in '54. It worked, but we clearly know Godzilla's back, meaning my father's invention wasn't a full-on success. So I'm trying to make his type of invention a success, except the difference is, I'm going to be the one conducting it.
What will you do once you're done with it?
Well, the machine my father built only had the capacity to kill any living life forms up to 700 feet from where the weapon was detonated. So with my invention, I'm trying to create it so I can set it to destroy at any radius I want, so it's sure to kill Godzilla or any kaijus, and this time unlike the last.
But just how powerful will this radius go?
Who knows? From what I can see, this new oxygen destroyer is so much more powerful than the one my father built, so it could possibly go to the extent of killing every living life form on Earth.
Well, I must say, that would be a new era of technology for the human race. To think we're focused on nuclear weapons, and yet you're here building something that's far more deadly.
I suppose you're right. In no way I'm trying to cause harm, but with Godzilla and more kaijus being discovered all across the globe, I can't risk letting them spread any further.
I suppose you have a point.
So, what exactly are you able to help me with on this project?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reports coming in just now that Godzilla's moving south from Kyoto to the shores out to sea. Please be advised that he should be off of Japanese territory if he maintains his course by tomorrow.
We have to hurry.
Why? What's the rush?
Look!
Godzilla's in Japan?
Not sure where you've been this whole time, but yes, he has. I believe he's been on Japanese soil for about 4 days now.
Oh, but how does this affect us?
Did you not hear him? He said he's coming south. This house is in southern Japan. How or why would you forget that?
Oh, right. Don't worry, the tools I have are perfect for what we need to do. We should be done in no time.
I hope you're right. Not only do we have to worry about evacuating while building a huge weapon, but it would be almost perfect to test it on Godzilla if he's so much as going to be here shortly.
We'll finish it for sure, don't worry. But I don't think we should use it right after it's built.
Sorry, you're right. This whole project is so difficult to think about. I guess I'm coming up with ideas left and right.
It's fine. I understand how it can be overwhelming.
A new report has just come in. One of the Gargantua brothers has been seen on a Japanese island heading towards mainland Japan. He too should be here shortly.
The what? The Gargantua brothers?
You shouldn't have to worry about them. It's one of those new species of kaiju I was talking to you about. I believe it was discovered 2 years ago on a Japanese island. One of them must be heading to Japan.
Is it heading towards us like Godzilla?
Like I said, don't worry. The news will keep us informed. Now let's just go to work on the oxygen destroyer.
Yes, of course. Oh my god! I must hide that before Dr. Zerazawa finds it.
Yuji, come down. The machine is finished.
It's done, isn't it? The most deadly weapon known to man has been created here.
I suppose you're right. I would have never have guessed that in the span of a day I can make this machine, all with the great tools you provided me. Thank you.
That's no problem at all. At the end of the day, I did this to help you start a new era of safety for humans across the globe.
Well, you certainly did just that. Wait a minute, why don't we...
This is a major announcement. Godzilla is in the town of Kanehirago. Please evacuate it, as it might be his last town that he might ravage before going back to sea.
Oh my god. He's here!
Godzilla?
Yes, did you not listen to the broadcaster?
What should we do with this machine?
I'm not sure. Let's go outside and take it. If Godzilla's from a distance, we can maybe use it.
Okay.
There he is!
Doctor, I don't think it's a good idea to use it now. We haven't even given it any basic trail runs.
Nonsense. This is the first time I've managed to get this close to Godzilla, and I will not let him get away. Goodbye, Gojira.
Doctor, look! Is that another kaiju?
My god, you're right. This leaves us to use the weapon on both kaijus, or at least one of them.
Test it out on the Gargantua.
Very well, then. my god! Yuji, it worked!
Thank goodness. What about Godzilla?
We should let him go. We don't know how much power this weapon has, and not only that, we at least know how it works.
Okay, Doctor.
Yuji, do you not know what this is?
Doctor, I wish you hadn't found this.
What do you think you're doing, Yuji?
I hope this world would have ended without me doing this.
No wonder you're here. All you wanted was to come to get my weapon. You faked your background to do this. Why? In the name of who?
Hail, Krolan!